Let me ask you this, my love. Would you have thought in a million years that you'd be dating a man sentenced to life without parole? Do you ever think that was a possibility?
No. Welcome to More Than an Inmate's Girlfriends podcast. I am Jay. I am your host. I'm very, very excited to be starting this. I guess I should start. Nicholas will be calling in soon to discuss further and go into a little bit more about who we are. But before we start all that, I just wanted to jump on alone real quick, talk about kind of what the podcast is and where we see it going. Initially, it was supposed to be me and a friend, a girl that I'd met on Reddit, another prison girlfriend. We were supposed to start it together, and then things happened. She's still a very, very close friend of mine. She will be on the podcast for sure, but due to some things going on in her life, she's had to take a step back. So I will be doing it alone. It's continued on. But the idea behind it is really all about destigmatizing these relationships, because it really is the most fulfilling relationship I've ever been in. It's definitely not the first relationship I've ever been in. It is the first relationship I've been in with an incarcerated individual. I've dated, I'm in my 30s, I've dated a lot, and this has been one of the most unique experience I've ever had. It's been lots of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, this is something that I feel really passionately about now that I'm so heavily involved in this type of relationship, and I really wanted to create a safe place for people. So for that reason, I've remained anonymous. Where I am, who I am is going to remain pretty much anonymous, but that doesn't take away the fact that this is a real relationship, that we go through our ups and downs, that it's really important that we have the ability to connect with others that are going through it, help people that are going through it. Nick and I's relationship is very strong, and we've built a really great foundation, and we really want to share that with the world. We really want to show people what it's like to be in these healthy relationships of people that are met while incarcerated. We want to discuss other people's relationships on an anonymous level so that they have the ability to openly discuss it without fear of any kind of cruelty or negative feedback. We want to talk to different people from different walks who've had different experiences, good, bad, ugly. But we also want to talk to inmates. So I'll be talking to other inmates that have gone through this process of trying to meet someone while they are locked up. They have some crazy stories that they are willing and wanting to share about it. And also what happened. How did it go? Again, the good and the bad. Some of them ended up in really strong relationships, and some of them not so much. Some of them met some people, there's a lot of stigma around these incarcerated men that are seen as like scammers when, the men are getting scammed as well. So, trying to reverse it, trying to keep everything open and really create a safe place to explore that. So that is why we are remaining anonymous, and that is why we started it. Nick is going to be involved in a lot of them. He's also very open to discussing his side of things. So, women who have questions about their men. Nick's grown a lot in his time while he's been incarcerated. He's really grown from the person that he was when he went in to the person that he is today. And he's open to sharing his experiences and also helping other females that are trying to date men that are incarcerated or having struggles with them. He really wants to be able to share his opinion and help where he can. So I think that's really neat too, to have that ability to talk to someone who is living the life of your loved one, the difficulties that go around it. So not every man is as open and vulnerable as I've found Nick to be. So we really wanted to create that opportunity as well for women to be able to explore that side and learn from men that are inside and the difficulties that arise on their side of having a relationship or trying to maintain a monogamous relationship with females outside. So yeah, he should be calling here any minute. There we go. Hello?
Hello, this is a prepaid call from Nicholas Ellie, an inmate at the Nebraska Reception and Treatment Center. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Hey, my love.
How are ya?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I'm recording this podcast right now. You ready to jump on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can handle it.
Ready? Yeah, I think I might be able to handle it.
Welcome to episode number 1.
Episode number 1 of More Than an Inmate's Girlfriend.
Yes, sir. We're starting up. Very
That's
exciting.
awesome.
Are you comfortable? Are you ready for me to start interviewing you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
So, I'd really just like you to start talking about who you are, how you came here, how you got here, and tell me a little bit about yourself. Share with the world.
With the world. Hello, everybody. My name is Nicholas J. Ely. Don't forget the J, though. I'm currently sitting in a prison cell at this very moment. Right now, I'm sitting in a cell that I spend 21 hours a day in. I'm in a maximum security prison in the state of Nebraska, where we're only let out of our rooms for 3 hours a day. The rest of the time, we're in here by ourselves. I try to spend my time as wisely as possible. I really like to read. I like to write. I love going on tangents, talking about Oppenheimer or my love for the Matrix.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of my favorite tangents to go on.
That's not in the podcast.
Enjoy.
That is not going to be in the podcast.
Yeah, those tangents will probably not be in the podcast.
No.
No, they won't. Don't worry about that. That's just what I enjoy. I like philosophy. I would consider myself a spiritual person. I'm religious in my own way, kind of like we all are. I'm 34 years old. I've been in prison since I was 20. So I'm going on 14 years now. I'm serving a life sentence. Life meaning life without parole. No parole meaning that if nothing changes in the future, I'll probably die sometime in these prison walls by natural death. I was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2011 for a murder that I didn't commit. They know that I didn't commit it, but I was still found guilty of it in trial. And I've been here ever since, really. Mm-hmm. And I kind of find myself blessed to have a positive outlook on everything, even though I have a lot of reasons to be negative and to be down and out. I try to be as positive as possible. And I think that's because I have a loving family who's always been here with me throughout all the years, and I've always had some support. And I just have a good foundation, I guess I could say, that helps me be positive. My great-grandpa's motto was to never have a bad day, and he lived till he was 96 years old. I thought that was pretty wise, so I adopted it as my own. I try every day to never have a bad day, no matter where I'm at, no matter what's going on. I try to make the best out of it. Good things come with that, really. I can have my own happiness that I found, and I'm very excited right now, actually, about this podcast that Jay has put together. Mm-hmm. I've been waiting for it. It's been building up. I'm super excited about it. She's going to have a show for you guys. Let me ask you this, Jay, my love. Would you have thought in a million years that you'd be dating a man sentenced to life without parole? Did you ever think that was a possibility?
No, definitely not. And we can get into how we met and how that came to be. But this type of relationship is probably the most surprising turn of life events that I've experienced, I would say. I think it's been a whirlwind for sure. There's been a lot of ups and downs to it, but it really has been and is the best relationship I've ever been in, the greatest experience I've ever had in a relationship. And yes, there are a lot of drawbacks, and yes, there are a lot of hard times, and I don't want to minimize those by any means, but there has also been a lot of really great moments, and I think we've built a really deep and really strong connection over this time, getting to know each other and becoming who we are. I know I joke about it a lot, that if I could go back and not go on Right a Prisoner, that I would not. But the fact is that I can't even imagine a life without you anymore. Like, it's just not possible. We are stuck.
Oh, so you've been joking all those times, huh?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go back and fast, is it?
I need to keep you on your feet, you know?
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
Good.
The goal of this whole thing is to kind of destigmatize what me and you have, like prison relationships.
Yeah.
We're trying to get rid of the negative stigma, and that's
exactly
kind of where I come from. Like before you came up decided to do this podcast on More Than an Inmate Girlfriend, I've kind of had my thing, my organization of More Than an Inmate, which I'm trying to kind of change the way people view us from the inside. I want to help others. I try to spend my time in that fashion as well, helping others become better versions of ourselves through education and practicing our voice, like having a way to bring awareness to our situation. But to do that, to destigmatize a relationship like this, I understand it's probably got to start on this side of the fence. We've kind of got to become better over here, and I'm working on that as we go.
Yeah. So it's like you're working on it, on making people more than an inmate or seen as more than an inmate and not be that those statistics. Whereas from my side, I get to show the world the men that are more than inmates and the women that choose to be with them. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some bad stories mixed in. Not everything's perfect. Not everyone is perfect and not every relationship is perfect. But overall, I'm trying to convey and destigmatize it from my side. And like you said, you destigmatizing inmates and incarcerated individuals, and you know that they're more than just that. They're more than just their crime. And you are definitely have proven and shown me that you are more than your crime over and over and over again.
And you have shown me that there are good women out there in the world, because I forget sometimes. You have proven that women like you exist, and that makes me hopeful and excited, because a lot of us don't really see good in here, and you bring a lot of light into my life every single day.
Aww.
Beginning of the morning.
You bring a lot of light into my life.
Oh,
I love you. So, why don't you tell me what led up to you going on? Like, talk to me about right before we met. Where were you at emotionally and psychologically, and what made you get on?
Initially, a few years back, I remember actually having a moment where I was at a very low point in my life. I asked God for you, whether you believe it or not. I asked God for you to come in my life years ago, but I don't think the universe is ready for our paths to cross. Not yet. Until maybe about 11 months ago, which is when I decided to get on Write a Prisoner. It's been a journey becoming the person that I became. Like, I haven't always been the man that I am right now. I don't know the exact thoughts that led me to get back on Write a Prisoner a year ago, but I wasn't at I just got out of the hole after 13 months for being caught with a cell phone, and I was trying to recover from all that, and that solitude, being alone for so long, kind of weighs on. Coming out of the hole for a few months into this maximum security unit, I was around some people, but I really wanted to reach out to the world, kind of build with the world again and see if that was possible. And I didn't get on for any reason other than finding somebody who I could vibe with, like somebody I could trust and who could trust me. I wanted to show people out there that there's good people in here that you can trust and build with and have a friendship with. And I didn't really see anything more than a platonic friendship at the time. But as you can see, that changed a little bit. What led you to Write a Prisoner?
Yeah, what a good story that is. I had a series of bad relationships, one after the other, a couple years ago. And I had decided, I was in my early 30s, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I do not need a man in my life that is gonna take away from it. There's obviously a problem with me because I keep attracting all these terrible relationships. So it's really like, I decided in that moment, I'm done dating. I need to be very single. I need to work on myself and love myself and heal whatever I needed to heal to get to a place where I was happy and happy with myself and a whole person on my own, and I wasn't relying on anyone else to make me feel that. So I worked on that for a couple years. A lot of therapy, a lot of experimenting different things, trying different things, working on my health mentally, physically, emotionally, my friend circles, everything. Like, I just really spent a lot of time healing and doing a lot of the work to really love myself. And a couple weeks before we met, I remember so vividly driving, and I remember where I was turning, and I remember this thought in my head and I just spoke it out in the car by myself. And I just said, God, I am so grateful for the life that you've given me, and the journey that I have been on to get me here has been difficult, but I'm so grateful to be here right now. Feel so blessed to have the life that I have. And if this is all my life is destined to be, then I will be happy, and I'm okay. And I need you to know that I am very much okay with that. However, if there is a man that you see for me, I am ready for him. But if there isn't, I'm also okay. And I can build a really beautiful life on my own. And that's kind of how it ended. And I was like really just feeling very good.
And you were at peace at this time.
Definitely.
Peaceful mind state, serenity.
I was the happiest I'd ever been. My career was going well. Everything was just aligning. I'd worked really hard to get where I was. And I was just very happy in all regards of my life. And although I didn't have a man, I felt that I didn't need one. And I felt like a whole person that was able to contribute to a healthy relationship.
That's important.
Definitely. I definitely felt like that was the first time I ever felt like that. So anyway, then probably about a week later, I was at a girlfriend's house and we were hanging out. And then one of the girls came over, another girlfriend, and we were a bunch of us. And she told us about this Instagram page called, I think it's Idaho Pen Pals or something. So she was like, let's put it on the TV and let's look through these videos. And basically the Instagram page is like pen pal videos, like where the men come on and talk about themselves. And then you have their pen pal numbers and whatnot. And we turned it into a bit of a game, trying to guess what their crimes were and rating them on how hot they were. And it was great.
So inappropriate.
So much fun. And like, I don't know if, like maybe I shouldn't be saying this publicly, but like it was a lot of fun. And the comment section was great. Like we just had a blast doing it. Then I never really thought about it again. Like it was like, oh, this was so fun. Like we had such a good time. And then that's it. And then...
Oh, so nobody was on there trying to meet an inmate at the time?
At all.
It wasn't like...
No, I am the only one out of the group of people that were there. Anyway, so then the week later, I was at my house and it was a Sunday and I was just doing my regular cleaning, organizing, meal prep, whatever. And I had this thought cross my mind because I was on this whole big journey, thought that it would be a good idea maybe to reach out to an older gentleman that's in prison doing life who might have had the time to explore things about life, like deeper meaning of life than I could have the time to do. So I thought it'd be really cool. Like I could meet this older gentleman, we could become friends, and I could ask him all these deep questions that I had about life and its meaning and the universe and philosophy and whatnot.
Philosophical questions?
Big deep questions, yeah, about the world.
The ones I love so much.
Like you love so much. Anyways. And then I couldn't, so I had filtered it to Oregon and Washington, which is closer to where I am. And I filtered it for ages like 50 to 70, doing life sentences. And I just started kind of scrolling while I was watching TV. I did not find anyone that seemed interesting or seemed like that's what they were looking for. So I was kind of ready to like give up, like that wasn't a good idea after all. Which, hindsight, you told me it really was not a good idea. But at the time, I thought it was genius. Thought it was genius. But anyway, then I sort of clicked something. And when I clicked, I saw Nick's page, which, by the way, is still up. But his page, I think it's still up. I didn't look, but I'm pretty sure it's still up. I saw his page, and it intrigued me for some reason. And I didn't even particularly like the picture that was up there. But not that I was looking... Right. Not that I was looking for a relationship. But... yeah, I read it and I remember the quotes like, if I told you I was different, would you know the difference? And talking about he's not a narcissist. And then I was like, huh. And I just felt like this weird like pull that I've never really felt before. I just felt this overwhelming feeling like I needed to message this person. So I did. And I didn't know what I was doing. I've never heard of GTL. I don't know anything. I've never messaged an inmate before. I've never done any of that. I didn't know how it worked. I had no one to ask because no one I know has ever done that. So I was kind of just trying to figure it out. And then I did. I downloaded it. I added money. And I sent a message to him. Why are you laughing, Nicholas?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened when you sent that message.
Oh, yeah? How you ghosted me?
No, you can't ghost. I didn't ghost anybody.
You did ghost.
So...
you read the message...
so I didn't respond right away.
You read...
But the reasoning for why I didn't respond right away is probably a topic for a different podcast. Ooh. But I responded about 24 hours later, and that's probably the best decision of my life. when I did decide to. It wasn't anything she said. She sent a beautiful message, a beautiful introduction, telling me about how she has the cutest dog in the whole entire planet.
I do.
Which is debatable, everybody.
No.
She has an adorable dog. It's adorable. It's adorable, but it's debatable. But yeah, the day that she reached out to me and I read that message, I probably read it 100 times before I responded. Something inside me told me, I just knew. As soon as I responded, we were just on a roll and spending hours and hours a day messaging each other for months at a time.
We sure did.
And those were some of my favorite moments.
And here we are.
Favorite memories.
Yeah.
Spending hours a day right here.
And here we are, all these months later.
Just so everyone knows, she did find herself an old man. I'm actually like 76.
That's the craziest part. That is the craziest part. I was literally looking for you. And it was just in the wrong body. You were exactly who I was looking for.
She found herself an old soul.
Mm-hmm. Who has answered a lot of my questions. But I think we should leave it at that for today. What do you think?
You leaving me already?
No, never leaving you. But I do want to stop it. We can continue this discussion on the next episode. I'm not sure if we're going to talk about either our relationship and our boundaries that we established to make it what it is, because we did have some interesting ways of getting to know each other without jumping. We didn't really jump into a relationship, although we claim like our date is when we first met. We weren't actually in a relationship for many months. We were building foundations, right?
And a lot of time building a foundation.
Yeah.
Jump into things, didn't rush.
Yeah, so we weren't in a relationship for quite a while, actually. And then I also want to get into really quickly in the next few episodes about you and how you've grown over the years, because we are met while incarcerated.
Ooh-wee.
And I don't think we would have fit if we had met before incarceration. What do you think?
We would not have fit.
No.
If we would have met 2 years ago, we probably wouldn't have fit.
Probably not.
I have actually grown and matured and changed a lot over the last decade.
Yeah.
Had our paths crossed at any other time in our lives, I probably would not have been ready for you. So I'm so glad that the universe made me wait all these years and go through all the things that I had to go through to mold and shape me into becoming the person that was ready for you.
Yeah. Me too. All right. Well, thank you for your time today, talking to me.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, everyone for tuning in. And I hope that you're back. I hope you learned a little bit about us and what we're trying to do here. And I hope that you can support us.
Can't wait to hear your guys' stories. I am looking forward to hearing about your guys' relationships, the relationships you have, and to hear how, just know you guys are more than an inmate's girlfriend. That is more to that. Even if no one else in your life understands or relates to you, we get it. And I can't wait to hear you guys' stories.
We definitely have some interesting guests that are lined up, and I'm very, very excited about that. I'm very excited that there's a lot of women, especially when they know that it's anonymous, that they can feel comfortable coming in and talking about what they want to talk about and not worrying about anybody else knowing their business. So TikTok at More Than Inmates GF, and Nicholas's is at Free Nicholas Ely, ELY, and that's it for now. We will be releasing episodes probably every 2 weeks.
More Than Inmates GF with no apostrophe.
No apostrophe. And that's it. I hope everyone has a good day, and thanks again for listening. Bye.
Pass on the smile.